the home of the Texans. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico and Greg. So pleased to have you along. This should be a good one. We're set, and off we go here on EA Sports. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Houston offense heading out to the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
It's not so much that he was able to throw for over 400 yards in last week's game, Mike, but it's the fact that he made it look so easy. Every time he touched the ball, it seemed like they were just up and down the field with very little resistance, and he doesn't necessarily have to repeat that type of production this week, but it certainly wouldn't hurt their chances of winning if he's somehow able to do so.
With that, I want to give you a look at his numbers on the ground in last week's game. 2nd down and 8. He'll drop to throw. That's to the running back, Breece Hall. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8. They send a receiver in motion left. They'll run. This is Hall. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
He had plenty of juice coming across to get the ball, Mike, but he hit a whole new gear after he secured it and began getting vertical. By comparison, it looked like a lot of the defenders who had a shot at him were a little flat-footed and ended up getting burned for a big game.
A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line. On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. They get 19 on that pass play. It's good for a Texans first down.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
They'll motion a tight end right. Now, faking the give. And this ball batted away and incomplete.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on 1st down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make 3rd down manageable and take your chances picking up a key 3rd down?
9th play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on 3rd down. Back to throw. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run it with Hall. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Breece Hall. Touchdown, Houston. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Riker it out now following the touchdown. as he kicks this one away. Spears now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
One thing about this guy that's pretty clear, Mike, is there's not a whole lot that rattles him. He does a good job staying even-keeled. You don't know if he just threw a pick or if he just led his team to a touchdown drive, and that was kind of the case last week. He didn't let it snowball into a bunch of back-breaking mistakes. He just shook it off and kept playing. Now, can he keep that mentality as the rest of the year unfolds? And if he does, he's going to give his team a chance every single week.
He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down. Now they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Texans offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's an early front runner for MVP of the NFL. It's the first half of the season, but as you can see, he's already leading the league in passing yardage. He'll find Hall out of the backfield.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel in. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game. Very positive returns on that run. I mean, really, the only thing not to like is that they weren't able to move the chains. But you know what? The way he ran there, I think they go right back to him and see if he has even a bigger carry in. You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Colts offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle. Third down, 3 to go. They'll try and run it here with Pacheco. Here's Torrey Taylor now. And John's a punt for the second time in this opening quarter. A fair catch taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Houston offense going to make their way back onto the field. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. This one complete right side. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points.
That's over the middle and intercepted. And the defense finds the end zone. Great work inside by the linebacker, who takes it back the other way for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he just never saw the linebacker in the middle of the field, Mike, and the quarterback was locked in on his receiver, and once that ball came out of his hand, I think he wanted it back.
Tyler Bass now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This is fielded inside the 5. They get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. Texans offense about ready to take over once more. We'll try to break out of this deadlock. We are all even at 7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4. Trying the left side, here's Hall. And a short pickup there to about the 36. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. They send the tight end in motion. Throwing now from the gun. Throw over the middle, looked in by Mitchell.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
He'll go again with Hall. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4. And it leads to 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And that is incomplete.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He'll get that complete to Isaiah Pacheco. And he's not going to be able to get away. Very good coverage on the perimeter. It goes down as a loss of yards. A touchdown apiece here in the 1st quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. And more from Houston coming up in a moment. So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. He gets that to his big target, Trey McBride.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, that they can occasionally split out in the slot. And, man, they're too fast for linebackers.
And they will continue to go backwards. He's taken down for a sack.
At some point, you would just like to see that internal clock start to speed up. The longer the play goes on, the more vulnerable you become as the quarterback. Get rid of the ball, but no matter what, you have to avoid the sack.
Here's the punter now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Sims now to return it. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Texans offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. He's putting together a very strong first half of the season. Currently the NFL leader in touchdown passes. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now a loose football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
To the left side, that's caught by Mitchell. Well, they'll get some of the sack yardage back, but it's still going to leave them with third down. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Taking off, he'll try to get there. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
And that just can't happen. Third and long, just understand, contain the ball, rally tackle, just get the ball carrier on the ground. Not only not able to get to him inside the pocket, he's able to extend the play with his legs and pick up a huge, long first down. When they called that sweep, Mike, obviously they're thinking, let's pick up the first down. They didn't quite get to the chains, but I think they're going to be pretty happy with that game.
Another run here with Hall. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. Now, it's third down. One of the tight ends in motion right. On play action, he'll set up to throw.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll begin with first down from their own 11. They'll throw out of the gun. A throw caught by Judy on the outside.
You can see in the eyes of the quarterback, he's trying to push this ball initially downfield, but with the defense doing a good job keeping a lid on the coverage, he's forced to check this ball down to the shallow route. But this is something that they know in the future. If I need a couple yards, they can come back to this play. Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. On the carry, it's Pacheco. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they get 5 on 3rd and 2.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this 3rd and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. And a nice gain there on first down. He takes it forward for 8 yards. They come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the ground, here's Pacheco. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. And that's good enough for a first down. McBride is the motion man. A give here to Pacheco. And that'll be a pickup of 3. 2nd and 7. From the 50, he'll set up to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan. And then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man. And it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
The Texans offense and Breece Hall getting set for this next drive. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's caught downfield by Harrison. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Two minutes to play. First half, all tied at 7. Greg and I, back from Houston. In a moment, they face 2nd down and 7. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Open man, left side, he's got it.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that first down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's Harrison. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Texans will move out to a 14-7 lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Colts offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They trail now 14-7. as they'll come up for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Catch made there by Burks. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And it looks like he's going to have the 1st down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the 1st down. There's a throw right side. Going to be incomplete. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face 3rd down and 10. He's got it. That's Burks. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The home team's offense and Marvin. Set to go now on 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. Now they'll set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. Timeout, Indianapolis. That is their 2nd, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Colts will signal for their 3rd and final timeout. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down. Oh, and he's going to go down. He could not get rid of it, and that's going to bring an end to this 1st half. And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Here comes a return from the 5. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over once again. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up.
The drive begins with a run by Pacheco. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. Devin Lloyd, the linebacker, there to stop him. They'll stay on the ground and stay with Pacheco. They'll mark him down up at the 44-yard line.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
A throw left side, going to be intercepted. And he is going to score! A pick 6 for the touchdown. second half, and the defense continues to be item one in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick six here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Texans will take a 21-7 lead. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. Spears now to return it. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Colts offense ready to take over possession of the football. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. Oh, no dice there. He is met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
This has been a tough sequence right out of the jump. You work all week on your opening script, and they're usually the plays that you feel the best about to try to establish some sort of early rhythm, but through 2 plays, run and pass, all they've done is go backwards.
And that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he's going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The home team's offense headed back to take over once more. The lead is a couple of touchdowns as this drive kicks off 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw, taken in. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Quickly to the outside and complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
On the give, it's Hall. And that'll be a gain of 2 and a 1st down. A run here with Hall, and that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, nothing more.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the Colts 16-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Quick throw, out wide, it's caught. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing now from the gun. He is in. And Mitchell. Touchdown, Houston.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and That's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Texans will extend this third quarter lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Spears now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They find themselves down 3 touchdowns here, needing to flip the script in a hurry. And they'll start it here on first down. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. Back to the air. One more. Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. And this is taken in by the defense. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And barring an aggressive decision here on 4th down, it just seemed like a really wasted possession to go 3 and out, not able to pick up a single first down. Not only do you not able to gain any field position advantage, it really takes a lot of the wind out of your sails as you find yourself jogging off the field and the punt team coming on. This play should always end up converting a 4th down, especially at this distance. But you can't tell me there weren't some nerves on that sideline as they sent that play in to snap it. But fortunately, nothing to worry about. The offense gets it done.
His throw left side is complete.
I'm not sure what was the more difficult aspect of the play, winning his route versus man coverage or catching this pass, because that quarterback, he put a little extra sauce on that one to get it there on time, and he's able to secure a really nice catch.
He pulls it in around the 5. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal.
That's good for a Texans first down.
That play may have taken a little bit too long to develop. It's no gain. He's back at the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal at the 4-yard line.
And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Texans. Initially looking to throw it for the touchdown, couldn't find anything, so Greggy takes care of business himself, using his legs for the touchdown.
Well, it was clear early on, Mike, that this defense was expecting the pass, and after matching all the receivers in the end zone, this quarterback realized quickly it was his legs that he was going to need to rely on to get the ball across the goal line.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Texans tack on one more to their lead. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. They'll start on the ground with Pacheco. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one. 3rd and long. He'll get this out quickly to his left.
Even though they gave up that last completion, Mike, that's a really good drive there for this defense. I mean, from the beginning, on those early downs, keeping them from staying ahead of the chains, put them in a tough 3rd down situation, and now it brings up 4th down, and looks like they're going to get off the field.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any...
That's to the sideline and intercepted. Picked off by Clark Phillips. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. They'll start really in field goal territory already, but they're looking for more. Offense got it 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Pacheco. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. That's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Now, faking the give. That is hot. What a throw. Trey McBride. Touchdown, Colts. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Pass's kick is good. And the Colts are able to cut into the deficit.
Colts 14.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, here's Sims. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Texans offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. The drive begins with a run, and it's hauled. And he'll get about 4 to the 29.
Short yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
On 2nd down, a run with Hall. And he's going to be stopped in his tracks. He'll lose a couple of yards on that one. They're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8.
Let's go.
And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
A fair catch called and taken right at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to come back out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
At the 36-yard line.
He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
That's left side, and that's the tight end, McBride. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Off play action. He'll set up. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
So after surrendering their 6th sack of the game, I looked down on the sideline, Mike, and found their offensive line coach. He grabbed his headset, removed it, and he slammed it on the ground. And truthfully, I don't blame him. His unit has been getting worked up front all day in pass protection.
3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. To the sideline. Nice job. They pull that one in, but that is still well short of a 1st down.
This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on 4th down.
And this is what the offense needed. Now, after that last completion, you still trail here in the 4th quarter. You need scores, and you need scores fast, so they cannot take their time. I wouldn't be surprised to get them right back up on the line of scrimmage and try to score here now that it's 1st and goal.
Here's another shot from the 6 at 2nd and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Jerry Jeudy. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a two-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Makes the score Texans 35, Colts 21.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Sims. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. First and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. They'll look to throw. Quick hitting slant there. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and third down coming up. Back to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. The Texans set to punt this one away as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. Fair catch called and made right there at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They'll begin with first and 10. They'll begin with a zone read. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner.
Oh, he tried to swing it outside, and it's intercepted. That's the linebacker, Devin Lloyd. The defense is having a day. They extend the lead with Greg their second pick six of the game.
And that's just something you don't see very often in the NFL, Mike. I mean, you might see a handful of games each year where there's one pick six, but to get two pick sixes in the same game, this defense is on fire.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Texans will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. Reichard out now following the touchdown as he kicks this one away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The visitors' offense getting set to get back to work. They'll start it here with a first and 10. Right back to the air following that pick six. And that keeps them ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Second down and 3. From out of the gun, he'll throw. Catch made there by Burks. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. Now they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. They'll look to throw again. There's that man again, another catch. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
First down, Colts.
He'll look to throw. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. That's caught downfield by McBride. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. On third down, they'll set up to throw. To the end zone, it's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
The Texans offense starting to trot out for this next possession. And this crowd certainly has liked what they have seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in. They have not disappointed as they have the advantage here in the 4th. We're going to start this drive on the ground. It's Hall. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up 2nd down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. That not a welcome development here late in a one-sided game. He'll send a tight end in motion right. A give. Here's Hall. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. We'll come back and finish this one off after this. Now a 3rd and 2. A tight end in motion now. He'll try to run for it with Hall.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. A 2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
The Texans getting all set to punt. But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. Here's the Indianapolis offense. Now as they get set to take over once more, they'll do so with 1st and 10. He's got it. That's Burks. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. They'll look to throw here on 1st. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Throwing now from the gun. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Here's 1st and 10. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. Jerry Jeudy, the intended target. It's 2nd down. off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Oh, big hole left side. And he's going to take this back all the way. Touchdown, Houston. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. He fields it at the 8. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Colts offense ready to get back at it. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. So it's a win here for the Texans. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.